Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're doing our technical analysis on oil and natural gas. I'll give you my financial opinion and we'll jump right into it here. We've got oil. Oil's been moving on up. It was a very volatile day. I saw this moving all over the place. And we ended up, a good amount, 111. And the only thing I'm going to say here is I don't like this large sell-off. And then we're contracting as we come up. So the opening and closing prices are getting smaller and smaller as we come on up. And that usually resolves itself lower. So it's kind of like you come up and then you bounce lower like this, and then you still have some consolidation left. And I'm kind of seeing that across the board. We're starting to see things roll over in the overall stock market, just in general. Natural gas getting a bounce higher too, but again, we've got this large selling pressure coming down. Is this just going to be a little bit of a bounce and we roll back over? I'm kind of being reserved here. I don't like what I see in the overall stock market, the strong selling pressure. I see strong momentum lower, but I don't see the big bounce. There's no huge buying pressure that just rocketed us higher here. So I'm kind of sitting here just relaxing, not ready to jump in yet. We've got large selling pressure here, and then I'm not seeing this huge buying pressure to just jump right back into this market. So I do think this could potentially head a little bit lower in the short term. And we're seeing that across the board. They all have that type of movement. I don't see strong selling pressure or buying pressure just rocketing in here. This is strong buying pressure, all that in there. I don't see that type of movement. It could show up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge oil bull. I own all of these stocks. I'm not selling anything, but I'm just waiting and I'll show you at the end what the S&P 500 looks like. There's CDEV. You have the nice, good bullish engulfing. We bounced higher, but it wasn't a huge bounce. I like to see the big buying pressure continue and rocket us higher. So I want to see that. We see strong selling candlesticks all through here, and the buying candlesticks coming up are a lot less to the upside. So I'm just being reserved. I'm seeing that across the board. CPE, ATHOF, Reconnaissance Energy Africa. That's got a little bit different chart. CPG has the same type of chart. NOG, they all have that type of chart. No matter which one I go, we've got strong selling pressure and a weaker bounce. That usually means that we could potentially head back down. I'm just going to kind of skip around because all the charts are roughly the same here. None of them are that different. They all have these large kind of selling and then a weaker bounce. And I think we'll come back to some point down here. That's my guess, at least. And that's what I've seen and we're seeing it the same thing in the oil services. I think we'll have a weak bounce and then we're going to come back down a little bit more. That is my take on all this. They all have that same type. This is a bearish piercing pattern. I do think that we could head lower here. And I'm not as bullish as I could. And if the buyers come in here, that's great. I still own all this, but right now I'm not adding anything. I'm just being reserved and waiting. I don't feel the need to be jumping in to the companies at this time with the patterns the way they look. We started with this big bearish engulfing pattern. We sold off. We had a weak bounce, another bearish engulfing. We came back down, weak bounce. So we came back up. See all these small little up days all through? It's struggling to go back up, and we're getting more large selling pressure. So when I see this type of movement, I have to wait till the candlesticks turn into a larger bullish formation. We're getting a lot of strong selling pressure from this point onward. There's stronger selling pressure than buying pressure. So I'm just waiting. And I think we might have another move lower out of this. And here's Valaris. We're getting that bounce. Again, I'm just waiting. Tidewater, we've got that selling pressure, and we're not getting a strong bounce. I don't see the buyers coming in here laying fat candlesticks, like these here. Those are fat candlesticks that finish strong. They just pumped it higher in that general vicinity there. I don't see that here over here. I still see some weakness. Now, next year, Oilfield Solutions looks a little bit better, but it's not going to buck the entire trend. I got to see it across the board. I think we might have some more consolidation ahead of us to the right side somewhere. Big selling pressure. The bounce is okay, but Again, I think we're going to consolidate for a little bit, perhaps. There's the big selling pressure, and the bounce isn't that great. We're getting a red candlestick with a momentum starting to come down. We might. I'm just holding on, guys. I'm holding on. I see a bearish engulfing here, a bearish piercing there at the tops, bearish engulfing there. So we got sold off, came back up, sold off, came back up, and I think we're probably going to move sideways or slightly lower. There's 9 moving sideways there. OII. Again, I want to see continued buying pressure in these. Helix Energy Solutions, bearish. That's a bearish piercing. Could head a little bit lower to sideways. CGGYY heading up. That looks a little bit better. Petrofac moving sideways, a little wick at the top. Diamond Offshore getting a little bit of selling pressure. I think we're going to move sideways to slightly lower here. And that just deals with the candlesticks and the overall market. Let me pull up the overall market real quick if you guys want to see it. The S&P 500 is selling off, and it was a big sell-off day today. So this can trigger in a selling event across the board, especially when it moves this large lower. This is 3% down on the U.S. composite, the NASDAQ, and it finished quite low. So the momentum is drastically to the downside. We're seeing lots of selling pressure in the overall markets. They're starting to kind of beeline lower again. Look at that, just sell off. Apple getting sold off, Amazon getting sold off. And this can, when the markets are very leveraged up, interest rates are going higher on the 10-year. It puts pressure on stocks. If they sell off a large amount, it puts pressure on selling everything. So it's like, I want to see this stabilize first. I'm getting, I'm just going to say, you know what? I'll save the money, throw it in the account, let it sit, sit there, and I'll add when this kind of calms back down. It may take a while for this to calm back down. We might be chopping around for a while. And that's a possibility. And we might see, oil has tight inventories. It is tight in oil. So, looking at this, I've got money in it. I'm going to let it sit and ride. But new money, I'm just going to hold on. If it goes up, that's fine. I'm not really going to do much. It's great. I already have a lot in there. That's my position on it. And if it goes down, I'm going to have some money to buy some more. So right now, I'm being slow. I'm usually too fast to buy into the markets. I'm going to be slow, wait it out, and we'll see where we're at in a couple of days or a week or two, and see how the markets react. If you guys like this analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website below. Platinum memberships, the membership that I would choose. We've got question and answer sessions coming up. I have trainings. All the old videos are posted under the Zoom meetings. If you join, so you can see the previous question and answer sessions. You can see the trainings that I've had already. And there's a bunch of presentations on the website as well if you want to look at presentations that I've got. I also have presentations from other people that you can see as well. So lots of information on there, lots of ratio analysis. If you guys want to learn about ratios, you can always ask questions. I can always answer your questions as well through the website if you guys have other things that you want to learn. All right, guys, we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.